Nice bag. I've looked into buying one of those bags for my wife, and there's a waiting list at Hermes that's about a mile long. You essentially can't get one. So
I can help you get one. Saya Kevin Maharis dan saya Medical Director di Maharis Clinic. Selamat datang di Maharis YouTube channel.
Bersama saya dengan Lisa Poniman, saya sebagai dokter estetik di Maharis Clinic.
Saya adalah Dr. Leon Christian dan saya di Maharis Clinic sebagai estetik dokter.
Jadi hari ini saya diberi satu tugas untuk mereact dari beberapa klip dan video-video yang telah disiapkan ya oleh tim produser kami seputar aesthetic medicine pastinya. Jadi let's hit it.
Hello, my name's Jordan and I'm from England and I am addicted to lip filler. I've had filler in my chin, both lips, both cheeks, smile lines, on my forehead, and I've had Botox here. Yeah, I can't really move.
Okay.
Can't really move my face.
Jadi filler bagian bibir ini memang mungkin bukan cuma di luar, tapi di Indonesia pun udah marak nih.
Fillernya menurut aku terlalu over banget kalau misalnya kelihatan dari pertama kali ngelihat ya.
I cannot tell the gender of this person. So I don't know if that is the purpose. If that is the purpose, then it's good. But if that is not the purpose, I cannot honestly tell.
When I got my first procedure, I was 19. I got my eyebrows tattooed on.
Oh, he looks good when he was 19 after the first procedure. He should have stopped there.
I used to go to the doctor and I'd get 1 mil, then it was 2 mil, and then it just got to the point where I found a doctor and I was just like, you know what? Just give me it all.
Normalnya misalkan bibir itu 1 cc, sekitar 1 cc untuk penambahan volume yang natural, dia bisa sampai 2-3 mil.
I don't understand which doctor or which physician would actually inject that much filler on someone's lips.
Filler can leak out of the sides. It's quite scary. It's like they need fixing because I'm worried that...
Wow, fillernya itu sampai bleber-bleber gara-gara kebanyakan di lipsnya ya.
And people are just like, oh my God, I want to get to know him. I hope the doctors can like really help me, just stop them from leaking.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Please have a seat. Look at that.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, is that a Birkin?
Oh, no, look at that.
Had to bring the Birkin to LA.
Wow.
Birkin to LA. It's not a bag, it's a Birkin.
That's like $15,000,
Yeah,
isn't it?
they are quite expensive, yeah.
That's a nice bag. I've looked into buying one of those bags for my wife, and there's a waiting list at Hermes that's about a mile long. You essentially can't get one. So
I can help you get one.
What have you had?
Botox, fillers, chin filler, filler in my face, filler here. My face is so full of filler.
We're looking at your lips and they're quite large.
Can't say they're natural. I normally get about 4 mil in the top and 2 mil in the bottom.
4 in the top.
6 cc bibirnya.
I was about to say 4 mil at the top and 2 mils at the bottom. We usually put like 1 mil for the entire lips. It's a lot for one single session.
Bahkan untuk orang biasa, untuk pasien-pasien kita, 6 mils itu kita bagi di satu muka dan itu biasa nggak 1 sesi. 1 sesi bisa 3 cc, sesi kedua baru 3 cc lagi.
If you want to put it more, my advice is to wait for at least 6 to 12 months to safely put in more fillers. Dan biasanya kalau kita udah isi 1 in the first session, you need less and less every time we do it. You know, that's something to bear in mind.
A milliliter in the top in the typical patient.
I just say to them, you know, keep going, and they'll say, Jordan, you know, we're stretching, your lips will explode, and I'm just like, just get it in.
Just
force it in. You know, I really hope that the doctors can fix my lips, and they would help me. I do have times when I woke up in the morning and filler's been leaking out of my lip. Now that's scary.
You know that this can cause a horrible infection. You're asking for a horrible complication.
You find your lips are very dry now that so much of it is exposed?
Extremely dry.
Jordan actually has a significant complication called cheilitis, which is a really dry lip syndrome that requires him to put Vaseline on his lips.
Yeah, that's the reason why this dry lip syndrome happens is because kalau kita isi lip filler kebanyakan, the area inside the lips, the mucosa yang harusnya itu wet and it's supposed to exist in a wet environment inside your oral cavity is exposed, it goes out, that's not the environment that it's supposed to be at. Jadi lipsia itu compensating for the dryness. You have to put a lot of lip balm, Vaseline and things like that because the lips that are supposed to be inside are now outside, so it's abnormal.
Can we feel your lips?
Yeah. Of course.
Would you mind?
Don't squeeze too hard.
Does it hurt?
No, it doesn't hurt, but filler might come out of the side because
Oh, boy.
that does sometimes happen.
Does that happen? Now they're very red.
Yeah, look,
Are
this
they
is
always
really
this
good.
red? Because you have some hyperemia, we call it, which is like a vascular blush.
Jadi
which when they're
pasiennya
getting
ini
a
tuh
little
saking kebanyakan
irritated,
filler
blood
memang
vessels
udah
overgrow.
terjadi
Did
komplikasi
you know that?
bahkan di
No.
bibirnya.
Your lips are maybe not as happy as you might think they are. Where's the mirror? I want to show him something. Look at these little blistery looking things.
Yeah, I
you see
get
them?
those sometimes.
You do get those.
And I didn't really know what they were.
Oke, dia udah mulai ada blister. Jadi blister itu adalah salah satu tanda kalau misalkan pembuluh darah di bibir itu yang terblok oleh si filler itu. Jadi kulit-kulit di bagian bibir itu nggak mendapatkan suplai oksigen dan makanan. Jadinya itu bisa jadi fokus infeksi. Ini adalah salah satu hal yang kita mesti perhatiin kalau kita melakukan filler. Bahaya-bahaya komplikasi seperti ini.
Have you ever had hyaluronidase injected in there to make them go down?
I want them bigger, not smaller.
It's all fun and games until your lips fall off, and then you've got a major irreversible problem.
He sums it up. Karena a lot of people find it it's like fun and games, right? It's funny, it's comical, and attention seeking and all that. Once you have a permanent problem that happens and your lips basically got infected and you basically can potentially lose your lips, that's irreversible.
Tell us again the look you're looking for with your nose.
So smaller, more feminine looking, pinched.
Pinched.
Yeah,
Pinched. Now that's a red flag because pinched for us is another word for overdone.
That's a pinched look. So you like that look?
Oh God, I can't breathe.
How do you like that? Now imagine, open your mouth all the time breathing, and with those big lips, just imagine how dry your lips will get.
They're so dry.
Okay, come on. Okay, now, can you breathe like that? Don't get panic attacks, but how do you like that?
No, my lips are really dry. I don't want that look.
I'll make you botched if we did that to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh no, let's not do that.
No.
No. I am a little bit upset that they won't do my nose, but the doctors know that if they do take me to the extreme where I want to go with my nose, they know that I will end up botched.
Here, make the lips, Paul.
This is not the patient for me. I know patients choose their doctors, but I think we as doctors can responsibly choose our patients also. Why do I say that? I don't say it out of arrogance like I'm better, no. Honestly, this patient, what he needs is not an aesthetic doctor or a plastic surgeon or a dermatologist. He honestly needs to see a psychiatrist. And I don't say it in a demeaning way, but I really do think because all these things are just the cosmetic makeup of what is not right up there. Jadi I think if we're treating this, we're just treating the symptoms and we can actually make it worse even.
Saya setuju dengan dokter-dokter yang di video ini memberikan penjelasan yang benar-benar bermanfaat untuk pasiennya, bukan cuman mau cari untung doang. Kalau cari untung ya dia mau filler, kita filler aja gitu kan. Tapi sometimes kita mesti lihat dia butuh atau enggak. Itu yang terutama menurut saya. Bukan cuma gua mau atau enggak, tapi butuh atau enggaknya itu.
Karena nanti lama-lama akan kita sendiri yang do harm to them gitu loh. Kita yang malah mencelakakan dia dan itu bukan tugas kita sebagai dokter sih.
As I said before, the problem is up there and you really need to treat it right at the source to give that person not just a better look but a better life. Okay teman-teman, thank you for watching. I hope it's been fun and entertaining and also educational.
Dan jangan lupa untuk like, subscribe, komen, dan juga share video ini kepada teman-teman kalian.
So I look forward to seeing you on our next program.